Mercury. The sky is dark like every other day, even during daytime. The sun is huge, over 3 times larger than it appears from Earth. The land feels very uneven, because as its iron core cools, the planet shrinks. You see a lot of cliffs and craters 100 kilometers wide and a mile high. If you travel to the poles, you would see ice even though this planet is the closest to the sun. On the day side, you're thinking about drinking your morning coffee while the ground below becomes hot enough to melt lead, and the natural sunlight feels like you are opening the doors of a giant furnace. On the night side, temperatures plunge just hundreds of degrees below freezing. You notice that everything there is just silent and frozen. Sleeping on your bed feels like you are sleeping inside the coldest freezer. And also a fact, you could celebrate 2 birthdays before tomorrow finally arrives, because 1 Mercury day is longer than 1 Mercury year. I mean, it completes 1 revolution before 1 rotation. Venus. You wake up like another day. You think about watching the sunrise and look in the east direction. But actually, the sun rises in the west because Venus spins backwards. The atmosphere hugs you like it's crushing you. You feel deeply pressured like you're underwater. And when you try to get some fresh air, you breathe some heavy carbon dioxide. About the sky, it looks oddly orange because the light barely reaches the ground. You can actually melt your phone by just doing nothing. And there's one special thing there. You can see acid raining from the clouds made of sulfuric acid. But the rain evaporates before touching the ground. Life there feels like trapped forever inside an industrial surface. Mars. You wake up, but you think you are still dreaming. The atmosphere feels peaceful. A red sky, no birds, no oceans. You decide to take a morning walk. It's very easy and you can jump like you are a feather. Because gravity is only 38% of Earth's. Everything is dusty. Dust storms can cover the entire planet. Not just cities, the whole planet. These storms can last for months. Mars has the largest volcano and canyon in the entire solar system, the Olympus Mons, so that would be a nice scene to watch. And there's one mind-blowing thing about this place. There is evidence that Mars once had rivers, lakes and maybe an ocean. You might be actually walking on a dead alien beach. You realize everything is peaceful but lonely. The sun sets, the area around it turns blue, and you return home. Jupiter. You wake up from your bed, but there's no ground. You fall, and you keep falling. Clouds are becoming darker and sometimes lightning flashes around you. And Jupiter has a very strong magnetic field, 20,000 times stronger than Earth. So it's going to shoot a lot of radiation. Winds feel like free airplane trips, countless times faster than that. And maybe you get to see the Great Red Spot, a storm which has been going on for centuries. 1 Jupiter day is only 10 hours. And then you reach a point of absolute pressure and Saturn. You wake up once again, and still there's no ground. You see golden clouds around you. And if you are on its north pole, you can see a perfect hexagon-shaped storm at its north pole which has been stable for a decade. But there's a big twist that may shock your mind, since Saturn's average density is lower than water. If you found a big enough bathtub, Saturn would float. Saturn's moon Enceladus shoots geysers of water into space, meaning Saturn's system might have more accessible liquid water and potential for life than almost anywhere in the solar system. Uranus. At this point, you can't tell if it's even night or day. It is calm and cold outside. You are descending once again, but this time the gravity feels similar to Earth's, but the temperature is unimaginably low. It feels like drifting through a frozen ocean. And there is a chance that you can grow rich on Uranus because instead of raining water, you actually get rains of diamonds. Seriously. Neptune. You have reached the wind gods. The fastest winds in the solar system. You see a surprisingly active atmosphere. You see dark blue storms churn beneath you. Wind howls with unimaginable force as you descend down. Pluto. Finally a moment of relief. There is actually a ground here. You look above to see an unusually bright star in a twilight sky. There is cold everywhere. Everything feels ancient and quiet. It feels like you are standing at the edge of solar system. Peace. 1 day on Pluto is about 6.4 Earth days and 1 year is 248 Earth years. Someone born there can't even celebrate their first birthday. And because there's no atmosphere or weather, your footprints would last millions of years.